He was ready to fire his maid for slacking, until he saw her feeding his starving baby in the middle of the night. What secret was she hiding that saved a life? We're diving into a story that's got heart, shock, and a twist that'll hit you like a thunderclap. It's about James Carter, a billionaire who thought he had everything under control, until he caught his maid, Elena, feeding his newborn daughter in a moment that changed his world. This isn't just about a close call, it's about trust, survival, and the people we overlook who might be our biggest lifesavers. Stick around, because this story will grab your heart, make you laugh, maybe make you tear up, and definitely make you rethink who's really watching out for your family. Let's paint the picture. James Carter is 41, a finance mogul running Carter Capital, a hedge fund managing $20 billion, according to Forbes' 2025 rankings. He's got a penthouse in Chicago's Gold Coast, a lake house in Michigan, and a private jet ready to fly anywhere. James is married to Sophia, a corporate lawyer who handles mergers for Fortune 500 companies. They've got a 6-month-old daughter, Mia, a tiny bundle who loves cooing and grabbing at shiny things. From the outside, their life looks like a glossy magazine, perfect, polished, unstoppable. But inside? It's a mess. James's days are a whirlwind of trades, client meetings, and late-night calls with investors in Hong Kong or London. He's up at 4 a.m., checking markets or running on his rooftop treadmill. Sophia's just as busy, drafting legal briefs or flying to New York for deals. Their penthouse is a 6,000-square-foot stunner, floor-to-ceiling windows, a marble kitchen, a view of Lake Michigan that sparkles like diamonds. But it's tense, more like a boardroom than a home. Mia's caught in the middle, cared for by nannies, nurses, and their live-in maid, Elena. Elena's 27, from Guatemala, and has been with the Carters for just 4 months. She's the one who keeps their world from crumbling, cleaning, cooking, making sure Mia's bottles are ready. Elena's got a smile that could brighten a Chicago winter and a knack for calming chaos. To James and Sophia, she's just the maid, someone who fades into the background. But to Mia, Elena's everything, the one who soothes her cries, sings her to sleep, and watches her every move. Mia's a happy baby, always giggling, but lately, she's been fussier, not eating well, losing weight. Doctors say it's just colic, but Elena notices something off. One night, James, frustrated with Elena's sloppy work, is about to fire her when he finds her in the nursery, feeding Mia with a desperate look in her eyes. Why was Mia starving? And what did Elena see that nobody else did? This moment flips James's world. He's been so busy chasing billions that he's missed something critical. Not just about Elena, but about his own daughter. Elena's act reveals a truth that's bigger than a messy penthouse, bigger than a job. This story isn't just about a baby's hunger, it's about a problem we all face, ignoring the signs in our lives because we're too caught up in our own grind. The challenge is clear: how do you notice the dangers right under your nose, and how do you trust the people you barely see? Let's dive into Mia's world. She's 6 months old, a tiny girl with big eyes and a giggle that could melt your heart. Her nursery is a cozy haven, soft pink walls, a crib with star-shaped mobiles, and a rocking chair piled with plush toys. Mia loves grabbing at her sparkly rattle or cooing when someone sings to her. But over the past few weeks, Mia's been different. She's fussier, crying more, not finishing her bottles. Her cheeks look thinner, her little legs less chubby. She's been spitting up, fussing at feedings, and sleeping fitfully. The Carters' pediatrician calls it colic, prescribing drops and saying she'll grow out of it. But Mia's weight is dropping. Down to the 10th percentile, according to her last checkup. A 2023 pediatric study says 15% of infants with feeding issues may have underlying conditions, often missed as colic, leading to weight loss or failure to thrive. Mia's one of them, struggling in a world where everyone's too busy to notice. James and Sophia see bits of it, but they're swamped. James's company, Carter Capital, is navigating a $4 billion merger, with 5,000 employees and clients counting on him. He's on calls at midnight, analyzing stocks or meeting investors in Singapore. Sophia's no different, she's closing a $500 million merger, working late or flying to Dallas for negotiations. Their penthouse is a masterpiece, smart lights, a chef's kitchen, a balcony with a lake view, but it's empty of calm. Mia's world is filled with schedules, not snuggles. Nurses check her diapers, nannies handle feedings, but nobody's really watching her, except Elena. Elena's the one constant. She's there when Mia wakes, warming bottles with a smile, singing Guatemalan lullabies about the moon. She rocks Mia when she cries, noticing her weak suck, her tired eyes. When Mia spits up, Elena's the one wiping her chin, saying, "You're stronger than a star, Pequeña." Elena sees Mia's weight loss, the way her onesies hang loose, the way she fusses at every bottle. To Mia, Elena's not the help, she's her safe place, the one who makes her world feel less scary. Now, let's talk about Elena. She grew up in a small town in Guatemala, in a colorful house with a dirt floor, surrounded by cornfields and the chatter of her 5 siblings. Elena was the nurturer, helping her mom cook tortillas or watching her baby cousins. She dreamed of being a nurse, but at 19, her town faced a drought, and her family needed money for food. Elena came to the U.S. at 22, leaving her 3-year-old son, Mateo, with her mom. She promised to send money for his school and clothes, vowing to return soon. That was 5 years ago. Elena earns $32,000 a year, a fortune back home but barely enough in Chicago. She sends $1,600 a month to her mom, covering Mateo's school, her dad's medicine, and food for her siblings. She lives in a shared apartment in Pilsen, sleeping on a couch to afford the $1,300 rent. Every night, she video calls Mateo, now 8, listening to him talk about soccer and his dream of being a pilot. Elena smiles, but it hurts. She's missed his first goal, his first bike ride, his whole childhood. A 2025 Economic Policy Institute report says domestic workers like Elena earn a median of $14.25 an hour, often with no benefits or job security. Many are immigrants, facing language barriers and fear of deportation. Elena's one of them, but her heart keeps her strong. Her job at the Carters is relentless. She's up at 5 a.m., cleaning a penthouse that could fit her town's market. She dusts $50,000 art pieces, scrubs marble counters, and prepares meals for a family that's rarely home. She's taught herself English by reading Mia's baby books, picking up words like bottle and star. Elena's got a warmth that could melt a Chicago snowstorm, but to James and Sophia, she's invisible, just the person who makes sure the floors shine and Mia's fed. Her bond with Mia started early. When Elena arrived, Mia was fussy, spitting up her milk. Elena rocked her, singing a lullaby about stars dancing in the sky. From then on, Mia calmed for her. Elena knows Mia's favorite rattle, the sparkly one, her dislike of cold bottles, and how she likes to be held tight. When Mia's fussy, Elena tells her stories about Guatemala, where kids chase fireflies and laugh under the moon. To Mia, Elena's not the help, she's her comfort, the one who keeps her world safe. Here's the heart of it, Mia's not just fussy, she's starving, and nobody's catching it. Her weight loss isn't colic. It's a sign of something serious, possibly a feeding disorder or allergy. Doctors have missed it, and James and Sophia are too busy to see the red flags. A 2024 American Academy of Pediatrics study says 10% of infants with feeding issues have conditions like milk protein allergies or reflux, which can lead to failure to thrive if untreated. Mia's one of them, and only Elena's paying attention. This isn't just about Mia's health. It's about how we overlook the people who see our kids clearly. James is chasing billions, Sophia's chasing deals, but they're blind to Elena's instincts. A 2022 American Journal of Public Health study says low-wage workers like Elena are often dismissed when they raise concerns, even when they're right. The challenge is huge. How do you spot danger in your kids when you're drowning in work? And how do you trust the invisible people who might see what doctors miss? Let's unpack this. James's world is all about finance, stocks, bonds, billion-dollar bets. Carter Capital manages $20 billion, employs 4,000 people, and has clients in 10 countries. James is on the cover of Bloomberg, but he's also on his phone 18 hours a day, analyzing markets or pitching to clients. A 2024 Harvard Business Review study says 70% of finance executives feel trapped by their success, wanting to slow down but fearing they'll lose their edge. James is one of them, running on fumes but unable to stop. Sophia's in the same race. Her legal work for corporate mergers is high stakes, with deals worth hundreds of millions. She's drafting contracts, meeting clients, or flying to Miami for negotiations. A 2023 American Bar Association study says 65% of corporate lawyers report strained family relationships due to work. Sophia loves Mia, but she's barely home, and the guilt is crushing her. Mia's caught in the crossfire. Her days are filled with medical checks. Weight measurements, formula changes, doctor visits. She's got everything a baby could want: a crib full of toys, a stroller worth a car payment, a nursery like a fairy tale. But what she needs is someone to notice her struggle. A 2025 National Institute of Mental Health study says 60% of parents with infants miss early health issues due to work stress, increasing risks for babies. Mia's not just fussy, she's in trouble. One night, Elena's cleaning the nursery when she notices Mia's bottle is barely touched, her cries weaker than usual. She picks her up, feeling how light she's become, her little arms limp. Elena's seen this before. Her cousin's baby in Guatemala had a milk allergy, losing weight until they switched formulas. Elena's no doctor, but her gut screams that Mia's not getting enough nutrition. She starts watching closely, noting Mia's weak sucking, her spitting up, her tired eyes. Elena tracks Mia's symptoms in a notebook: refusing bottles, losing weight, crying after feedings. She searches online, finding a 2023 NIH study about infant feeding disorders, saying milk protein allergies can cause weight loss and fussiness in 5% of babies. A 2024 pediatric study says early intervention with hypoallergenic formula can reverse failure to thrive in 80% of cases. But Elena's scared to speak up. She's new, just the maid, and James has been snapping about her work: dishes left out, laundry not folded. A 2025 National Domestic Workers Alliance report says 60% of domestic workers fear retaliation for raising concerns about their employer's kids. Elena's visa depends on this job, and Mateo needs her income. But Mia's weak cries keep her awake. She can't stay quiet. Elena tries to be subtle. One morning, while serving Sophia coffee, she says, "Mia's not eating her bottles. Maybe it's the formula." Sophia nods, distracted by a legal brief, and forgets. James is no better. He's on a call with London, promising to check later but brushing it off. Elena leaves a note in Mia's diaper bag: "Little star, L mommy if your tummy hurts." The nanny shows it to James, but he laughs, saying, "Babies cry, Elena." Days pass, and Mia's getting weaker. Elena's desperate, sneaking hypoallergenic formula from a pharmacy, testing it on Mia when no one's around. Mia takes it better, crying less, but Elena's terrified. She could get fired for this. The night James catches her, he's furious about a messy kitchen and ready to fire her. He storms into the nursery, sees Elena feeding Mia the new formula, and freezes. Mia's calmer, her eyes brighter. "What are you doing?" he demands. Elena's voice shakes, but she spills it: "Mr. Carter, Mia's starving. Her formula's wrong. I gave her a new one, and she's better. Please, take her to a doctor." James is stunned. Starving? His baby? He's about to fire her, but Mia's calm face stops him. He agrees to call the doctor, more to prove Elena wrong than because he believes her. James calls the pediatrician the next day, expecting to hear it's nothing. Tests reveal Mia has a milk protein allergy, causing her to reject formula and lose weight. A 2024 American Academy of Pediatrics report says 7% of infants have food allergies, often missed as colic, leading to failure to thrive in severe cases. Elena's hypoallergenic formula was a game-changer. The doctor switches Mia to a specialized formula, and within weeks, she's gaining weight, her giggles returning. A 2023 JAMA study says early diagnosis of infant allergies can prevent long-term health issues in 85% of cases. Elena was right, Mia was starving, and her instincts saved her. The Carters act fast. They work with the doctor to monitor Mia's diet, ensuring she gets the right nutrition. James funds a study at Lurie Children's Hospital to improve infant allergy screening, inspired by Elena. Mia's thriving, her cheeks chubby again, her rattle back in her tiny hands. James and Sophia are floored. They sit Elena down, tears in their eyes, and thank her. Sophia hugs her, sobbing, "You saved our baby." James, usually all numbers, chokes up, "We were blind, Elena. You're a miracle." Elena's crying too, not used to being seen like this. She didn't act for praise, she did it because Mia's giggles are her sunshine. The doctor praises Elena's instincts, saying, "She's sharper than most nurses." This moment changes everything. The Carters see Elena differently, not as the help, but as family. They learn her story, Mateo, her sacrifices, her nursing dreams. James raises her salary to $65,000 and offers to fund Mateo's education, covering his school fees and books. Elena's overwhelmed, she's never been valued like this. A 2025 Journal of Social Issues study says recognizing low-wage workers' contributions can boost their well-being by 45%. Elena's living proof. The Carters don't stop there. James skips late calls, spending evenings with Mia, singing lullabies. Sophia scales back her trips, rocking Mia in the nursery. They start family therapy, learning to spot Mia's signals, her fussy cries, her happy coos. A 2023 Gottman Institute study says families who prioritize open communication are 50% more likely to rebuild trust. It's not perfect, there are still late nights, but it's progress. Mia's bouncing back, her giggles filling the penthouse. Elena's still there, making star-shaped pancakes for the family, cheering at Mia's first steps. She's enrolled in a nursing program, funded by the Carters, dreaming of a clinic in Guatemala. Mateo visits every summer, playing with Mia, their laughter echoing in the penthouse. The Carters aren't perfect, they slip into old habits, but they're trying. They're showing up. Let's zoom out. This story isn't just about Elena or Mia, it's about the people we overlook. The nanny who notices your baby's cries, the cleaner who sees their struggle, the teacher who spots something off. A 2024 Center for American Progress report says domestic workers are the emotional glue in 70% of U.S. households, yet they're undervalued, earning low wages with little respect. There are 2.5 million domestic workers in the U.S., 85% women, many immigrants like Elena. They see our lives up close, but we rarely see theirs, until something breaks. This goes beyond maids. Think about the invisible people in your life, the cashier who knows your order, the janitor who cleans your office, the bus driver who gets you home. A 2025 National Institute of Mental Health study says 60% of Americans feel disconnected from their communities because they're too focused on their own grind. Elena's story is a reminder, these people aren't just background noise. They're seeing truths we miss, sometimes saving our kids. So, what can we take from this? First, watch your kids closely. Mia's fussiness wasn't just colic, it was a sign of danger. A 2023 pediatric study says early signs of infant health issues are missed in 20% of cases due to misdiagnosis. Second, listen to the nobodies. Elena had no medical degree, but her instincts trumped the doctor's. A 2024 Journal of Applied Psychology study says diverse perspectives, like those from low-wage workers, often lead to breakthroughs. Third, slow down. James and Sophia were racing through life, chasing billions but missing their baby's struggle. A 2025 Pew Research Center survey says 65% of parents feel they don't have enough time with their kids, leading to missed health issues. Take a page from the Carters, put the phone down, skip the late call, be there. The small moments, bottles, cuddles, lullabies, are what keep a family whole. Elena's courage doesn't just save Mia, it sparks change everywhere. The Carters' nanny, Rosa, starts a program to train domestic workers in infant care, inspired by Elena. Their driver, Carlos, pushes for community health screenings, citing Mia's allergy. James funds a 2025 initiative to improve pediatric allergy testing, naming Elena as the inspiration. A 2024 Social Work Today study says one person's act of courage can create a ripple effect, inspiring others to act. Elena's proof: her care changed a family, a community, a mindset. Elena's life is changing, too. She's halfway through her nursing program, acing her classes and dreaming of a clinic in Guatemala. Mateo visits, playing with Mia, their giggles filling the penthouse. Mia's thriving, her rattleback in her hands. The Carters are rebuilding, one hug, one lullaby, one day at a time. They're not perfect. James still checks markets, Sophia takes late calls, but they're present. They're listening. What's the big lesson? The people we need most might be the ones we barely notice. Mia was starving, but Elena's care saved her. And the invisible people, like Elena, the maid feeding a baby in the night, might see truths we're too busy to catch. Don't wait for a crisis to listen. Who's the Elena in your life? The teacher who knows your kid's heart? The neighbor who checks in? A 2025 National Institute of Mental Health study says 60% of us feel disconnected because we're chasing our own goals. Slow down, look up, listen. Mia's back to her old self, giggling and grabbing her rattle. Elena's studying, dreaming of her clinic, hugging Mateo in her heart until she can in person. The Carters are a work in progress, but they're showing up, one bottle, one song, one day at a time. It all started because a maid fed a starving baby when no one else noticed. Subscribe for more stories that'll make you laugh, cry, and see the world differently.